from the homework? Yes, Emma. Oh, yeah, of course, sure. So we are going to look at a few problems today from the homework. And then today is kind of a practice day. So by the end of the period, you should be able to have the fundamental counting principle worksheet that we do today complete. This is like worksheet number 2. But we're going to go over a couple of problems together in the homework. And then I would like this worksheet done, submitted before you leave class, and then you don't have anything to worry about. Next week, we will talk about permutations and combinations, and you'll have a test on that. You haven't really had a big test in a while, so it's a fairly decent sized test. It'll be next Friday on permutations, combinations, and then the fundamental counting principle. And as I said yesterday, my strong suggestion to you on your iPad would be to go to self-service. And if you do not have a graphing calculator on self-service, you will want to install Calculate 84. And it is free to all of you. Here it is. So Calculate 84. I strongly suggest you installing that from self-service. It looks exactly like a calculator. It's red. But if you don't have a graphing calculator, then I would install Calculate 84, because we will be using specific statistical functions from the calculator that a regular calculator does not have. So install Calculate 84. Haley, it's like easy to use, right? Yeah, super easy to use. Because
Yep.
And it looks exactly like the regular graphing calculator that you would have seen. So again, if you don't have that installed, please make sure you install that for Monday, and I'll show you what, like, mine looks exactly like a graphing calculator. So install it, and then you'll have that to use, because we will be using special functions of that graphing calculator. You already have a graphing calculator, that's fine. But now you have a free one that this district bought for all of us to use on the iPad. So please, those of you at home, please make sure you install Calculate 84 on your iPad unless you have a graphing calculator. So if you have a TI-84 graphing calculator, then you'll be able to use that. Otherwise, everybody should have this installed in the calculator. And again, it's free. The district's providing it for you. So please make sure you have that installed and ready to go.
So you guys are getting.
Yeah, yes. Like an actual graphing calculator is $100+ depending on the version that you get. And you're getting it for free on your iPad. So
That's because we care about it.
there you
We
go.
care.
So yesterday we talked about the fundamental counting principle, and Mr. King did a few of the odd problems with you. And as I said, there were a few that I wanted to go over together. Specifically 9B, I thought was a pretty good one to look at. So we're going to look at number 9B, and then number 13 as well. Kind of was like a big wordy problem. Lots of words going on. So can you pull out the correct values and kind of interpret? I think that's the hardest part, because multiplying is what the fundamental counting principle is about. But do you understand what numbers you're using to multiply values together? So let's look at number 9. And the directions on number 9 say that in some states you can choose a personalized license plate. Does anybody have a personalized license plate?
Fine.
Is yours personalized?
It is.
What does it say? I am awesome.
No. It says math for life.
Oh, that would be cool.
Mhm.
My dad, we
With
got
the
him
number
one
4.
with the number 4. Yes, math for life. That would be good. My dad is an LA Dodger fan, so he has an LA Dodger customized license plate that we got him for Father's Day years ago. And he just transfers it from one vehicle to the next. So he has one. All right, so In some states, you can choose a personalized license plate, find how many different personalized license plates are possible if they still have to kind of go along with some restrictions. So in part B, it says the plate has 2 digits, 4 letters, and then 2 digits. The numbers and the digits can be repeated. The numbers and letters can be repeated, or the numbers and letters cannot be repeated. So yesterday we kind of looked at seeing what the difference of those was. And we also talked about yesterday kind of setting up the way that your equation should look, like set up a little diagram to help you solve. And in this case, our diagram has 2 digits. So I'm starting off with 2 digits, and I'm going to just place D's underneath there so I know what their numbers are supposed to represent. And then it says 4 letters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, letter, 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 letter. But then it says 2 more digits. So 2 more digits to end the license plate. So you start off with 18, and then you have a word, math, and then you have 2 more digits, 25, whatever that happens to be. So how many digits do you have to choose from, Haley, if they can be repeated? How many digits are there, Haley? Total digits. So how many total options are there to choose from when we're talking about numbers? Just in general, how many? Yeah, 10. Yep. So we have 10 numbers to choose from. And those numbers can be repeated. So I would have 10 numbers to choose from for the second digit. The numbers 0 through 9 are digits. And then Haley, how many letters are there total to choose from? How many letters are in the alphabet? 26. So I can choose from 26 letters of the alphabet. And again, I'm allowed to use the same one. So if I like A, I'm going to stick with A. And then finally, you're supposed to have 2 more digits at the end of your license plate. And if I could have 10 at the beginning, I can have 10 at the end as well. So Bill, what do you do with all these numbers? Multiply them. So we're multiplying all of these numbers together. Do you know what number you get when you multiply them, Bill? It's a big one. 760,000. Boom, boom. Nice job, Bill. And then we would label this. These are the number of license plates that are possible in this state. And there is not, I don't think there's a state that has 1 billion people in it, right? That seems like.
Maybe in India,
Okay, so a different country.
different country.
Yes, but not here.
Not the United
No.
States.
So lots of options to choose from. Nobody's going to take your license plate, don't worry. And then the second option says, what happens if you can't repeat the digits and numbers? So I still have the same pattern. I should have copied it before I started writing on it. I guess I could erase, but that's all right. So digit, digit, letter, 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 digit, digit. So Michael, how many digits do we have to choose from? What happens if you can't use the same letter? How many would you have then? I'm sorry, can't use the same number. How many would you then have to choose from? 9. All right, now we're at the letters. How many letters? And then you can't use the same one, so then you would have, and finally. All right, the next one's tricky. You're back to the digits. You can't use the same one that you've already used. So how many would you have to choose from for that second to last value? 8. And then the last value would be 7. So you use them in the front of the license plate. Just because you're now on the back of the license plate doesn't mean you can use them again. It's the same license plate. So Michael, I see you multiplying those numbers together. And again, it's going to be a big number. You said 352, right? Perfect. And again, that's license. How do you do on those? Do okay on that problem? It's a lot of numbers to multiply together. Anybody have questions on that problem? This is 9B. I think 9A was identical to the problem we did in the notes. So the problem we did yesterday in the notes was 9A, 3 digits and 3 letters, except I think it said 3 letters and then 3 digits in the notes, just flip flopped it, but it's the same 6 numbers that you're multiplying together. All right, so looking at then problem 13, we did 15 together. Simon visits his local fast food restaurant and orders a burger, a side, a drink, and an ice cream. Jason's Deli, when it was here, I don't even know, why did that leave? Like, what happened? Was it?
The one up by Ollie's?
Yes.
That left?
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
I don't know. But you always got a free ice cream there.
What?
Yeah. I don't know why it was only there for a short time. Like, and I always thought I was busy when I was there.
Everyone's getting free ice cream.
Too much free ice
Yeah,
cream.
that's what I'm
Maybe.
saying.
Yeah.
That could be. So we are ordering a burger. I'm gonna put a B for burger. Here's my little kind of outline. And then we're getting a side. And then we're getting a drink. And finally, we're getting an ice cream. So if you think about the problem, what do you need to use to set it up? What are we talking about? What are we ordering? And make yourself a little guideline. So after you have that set up, then you need to look at the number of options. So for the burger, how many different burgers can he choose from? Emma, how many different burgers are there that Simon can choose from? So we are picking 3, yeah. So a hamburger, cheeseburger, or an egg burger. So there are 3. And then the next thing, what can he choose as a side? So Nakai, how many different sides could he choose from? Let's look here. So he can choose either fries or a salad. So that would be fries or a salad is 2. Yeah, those are his 2 side options. You either get a fry or you get a salad and be healthy. Go for the fries. Haley, how many drinks can he choose from? 4. 4 drinks. Coke, lemonade, orange, or raspberry. And then for his ice cream, he can either have an ice cream cone or an ice cream sundae. So there are 2 options that he has to choose from for his ice cream. His dessert. So 3 different burgers, 2 sides, 4 different drinks, and 2 different ice cream options of either a cone or a sundae. Haley, if you multiply those together, 3 times 2 times 4 times 2, do you know what you get? You said 72? I think it's a little less. Did you have another number in there? Or a different number? So 3 times 2 times 4 times 2. There you go. Ah, gotcha. So 48 possible meals. Are there other questions on the worksheet that you wanted to go over?
Could we go over number 3?
Yeah, yes. That's a good one. Let me, number 3 was not meant to be confusing, but I think in the end, because it didn't really talk about an actual, like, real life option activity, it ended up being a little confusing. So it says each event can occur in the given number of ways. Find the number of ways all the events can occur. So it says event A can happen in 2 ways. Event B can happen in 4 ways. So let's say event A is the number of entrees that you have to choose from, number of meals, number of lunch options. There are 2 of them. Event B gives you 4 different side dishes to choose from with your meal. Your goal is to find all the ways they can occur. So you're taking the number for event A and the number for event B and just multiplying those together. So it's just using the counting principle without saying, this is really what's happening in our real life situation. So an event is any situation like the number of burgers we can choose from, the number of sides we can choose from. So this is just 8. So it's like taking all the words out of it and making just a like a boring problem. Not very interesting. So just multiplying those 2 options together. Good question to ask. Other questions? Anybody at home, other questions? I'm glad you asked that one. Oh, all right. So I'm going to say this like a broken record. Submit, submit, submit. You should have now a good number of these done. You're missing 7, 9A, 11, and that's it. So please submit this. And if you don't have it submitted, submit it at the end of the period. What I'd like you to do is to head over to Google Classroom. And you're looking at today's assignment. So it's posted right now, the first thing in the stream, Fundamental Counting Principle Worksheet. I'd like you to pull up this worksheet. You can edit it in Google Classroom, that's fine. However you prefer to do that. If you'd rather use a piece of paper, that's fine too. I would like this by the end of the period. So the first 2 problems want you to draw a tree diagram. Number 1's talking about going to a snack bar and having different options to choose from with a snack bar. Number 2, you're getting ready for school and looking at the outfit possibilities, but you're making a tree diagram for both of those. And then underneath that, you're using the fundamental counting principle then for the other 7 questions. So there are 9 questions on here. Again, I would like this at the end of the period. So you're working on it now, you're getting it done, you're submitting it, and then you're leaving with a free weekend because you have all of the math done. But again, if you didn't finish the worksheet for today, do that as well so that you have both assignments submitted. But when I looked a little while ago, 4 students had the assignment submitted. So please get that homework done and submit the assignment. Those of you at home, stay on in case you have questions, you can ask. Again, we're working on this worksheet, fundamental counting principle. Getting it done now, submitting it while you're in class. And if there's any that you want us to go over, just shout it out. It's up on the board. We can just pull it up, look at it, and talk about it. And then the other thing, make sure calculate 84 is on that iPad. Get that on the iPad. Calculate 84 in self-service.